Today on Judge Mom.
You say your neighbor and former friend has turned your life upside down.
I am disgusted about her behavior. She hired a private investigator who wrongly accused me that I am having an affair with her husband.
She was like my sister until she betrayed me.
She's always thinking that somebody is going to steal Kyle. It is ridiculous.
She bought my husband a back massager.
If you gave my husband a back massager, Bailiff Delgado would have had to put handcuffs on me.
The both of them happened to meet up at a bar for happy hour.
A lot of people in that happy hour, Your Honor. We were not
Are
yet
you telling
us.
me that all of the evidence that I've seen is being misinterpreted?
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Sandy presiding. Your Honor, this case is Kugler versus Tucker.
Thank you, Bailiff Delgado. Ms. Kugler, you say your neighbor and former friend has turned your life upside down and you are seeking restitution. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Tucker, you say you've done nothing wrong and you will prove it to me today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Kugler, tell me what brings you into court today.
Your Honor, I'm here because I am suing my neighbor and ex-friend for $40,000 for defamation of character and emotional distress. I know Elizabeth for 10 years, and we've been neighbors for 15 years. Even our kids go to the same school. I am disgusted about her behavior. She hired a private investigator who wrongly accused me that I am having an affair with her husband.
Ooh, Mrs. Tucker, those are very serious allegations. What do you have to say?
I owe Samantha nothing. I never accused her of anything.
Why did I know you were
I
gonna say
merely
that?
followed the evidence. Samantha had a very, very suspicious behavior. Your Honor, if she had behaved like a lady, not to mention being a good friend, we wouldn't even be here.
That's a good point, Mrs. Kugler. Can you tell me that? Why are we in this lawsuit right now?
Of course, we've been, Elizabeth and I, we've been best friends for over 10 years.
So not like you were just neighbors, acquaintances, not
no.
somebody that you walk over their house and say, let me borrow some sugar once a month.
No, absolutely no, Your Honor. She was my most trusted friend.
Wow.
She a year ago, I have a cancer scare, and she helped me. She take care of myself. She take care of my children. Now I'm looking at her true colors, and I am surprised that she's mistreating me this way.
Ms. Tucker, do you agree with what she's saying? Did you consider her to be your best friend?
Yeah, she was my best friend. It's true.
Was?
She was like my sister until she betrayed me.
You also said that there was shady behavior. You called it shady behavior between Ms. Kugler and your husband?
Yes, and because and a few months ago, my husband started behaving strange. He would go out and stay out late, and he would reject me, and I was asking him what was going on, and he would be like very inconsistent. And there were situations like there was a barbecue that we had together at home, and she was like extra friendly with my husband.
So you were seeing red flags?
Yes, yes. At that time, she was like very extra friendly, and then they went into the kitchen, and I went into the kitchen to bring something, and they were chopping some vegetables and laughing, and I thought that I saw them brush up together.
Wait. This is
Everyone warned me about you. I should have listened. Everybody warned me about you. I should have
each
listened.
other. You will speak to me. You will not speak to each other. So, Mrs. Kugler, what was this extra friendly behavior about?
Elizabeth is always being very paranoid about Kyle. Every time she's checking her phone, she's always thinking that somebody is going to steal Kyle. It is ridiculous.
You have to admit the behavior is a little suspect.
It is not any suspect behavior. It is completely casual. We have always been very good friends.
Have you ever helped her, by the way? Has she ever helped you, Ms. Tucker?
No.
This is a little bit suspect. I'm not liking it so far. What other red flags did you see?
There was the last Christmas. She bought my husband a back massager.
That's
and
a little
I consider
sexy.
that a little bit out
It
of
is just a back massager.
Oh,
Your
it is
Honor.
just a back. Let me tell you something. If you gave my husband a back massager, Bailiff Delgado would have had to put handcuffs on me.
We were very, very good friends. Kyle always complained about back pain, and it was just I was doing Christmas shopping for my family. It's my time to talk.
Wait, 1 minute, because you know what I want to know?
haven't finished.
I want to know what you gave her. Please tell me you got another massager for yourself as
No,
well.
I didn't. I got an awful pair of socks that she probably bought at 99-cent store.
You give him a massager and you give her a pair of socks for a grandmother?
Elizabeth has always been very difficult to buy presents for.
Excuse
She's
me,
never
this is
happy
her
with
best
anything.
friend.
This is not looking good.
I have buy
There
expensive
was another
presents.
situation.
Order in the court. We're never.
The last straw was another situation.
Ma'am, we're never going to get through this case if you keep trying to talk over me and talk over Miss Kugler. Now, what else was suspicious about the relationship between your husband and Mrs. Kugler?
Okay, one night we went out together with Samantha and her date.
As a best friend.
We picked him up and she was wearing a very provocative black dress. I would say a very slutty black dress, to the truth. You know, why would she wear that going out with me and my husband?
It was a dress that we have worn before as a date. We have done a lot of dates, and that's not even a new black dress. A regular cocktail black dress that every woman has, Your Honor.
Sure.
And the only comment
I don't have one of those in my closet. I can tell you that for sure.
The comment that Kyle made, it looks nice. That's the only thing. It was an innocent comment. She's just making stuff up.
Ms. Kugler, you mentioned there was an investigation. You mentioned you were harassed. Can you tell me a little bit more about this?
This was found in my front door one day with a smashed tomato, and I recognized the handwriting. I know you write this, Elizabeth.
Mrs. Tucker, I want a very clear and convincing explanation of why Mrs. Kugler has a sign on her door that says home wrecker with a smashed tomato. Ms. Kugler, you mentioned there was an investigation. You mentioned you were harassed. Can you tell me a little bit more about this?
Yeah, of course, Your Honor. It will be my pleasure. Actually, everything started when Elizabeth started to acting weird. We used to go for coffee. We stopped going for coffee. We used to talk over the phone almost sometimes 3 times a day, and she stopped calling me. And I even find her once at the mall, and I tried to say hello, and she completely give me her cold shoulder.
Well, I
asked what happened, and she didn't even have anything to say. She couldn't give me any explanation.
And did this happen around the same time that you were suspecting this shady behavior?
Yes, because I wanted to talk to her when I was seeing my husband's strange behavior, because I wanted to confide with my friend, and her reaction, she came with
yeah,
her
and that is why you came this and you put this on my door. She even put this on my door.
I want to see this. I'm looking at something that says home wrecker.
Yeah, this was found in my front door one day with a smashed tomato, and I didn't understand what was happening. I couldn't believe that this was in my front door, and I recognized the handwriting. I know you write this, Elizabeth. You did this.
Mrs.
Or you cannot look at me right now, right?
Thank you. Put it down, please. Mrs. Tucker, I want a very clear and convincing explanation of why Mrs. Kugler has a sign on her door that says home wrecker with a smashed tomato.
Well, she is a home wrecker.
Then is that your handwriting, yes or no? We're not going to continue until you answer my question.
Okay, I did put
good.
that.
I'm glad you understand.
That's the type of things that she usually does. She got really distant. I started losing my clients, and I started noticing around town that people that we were close to each other starting contact me, starting visiting me. Every time that I was going into a room, people started to whisper it around.
So you were losing clientele as a hairdresser?
I was losing clientele, yes, ma'am.
It's not
I
my
was losing
fault.
clientele, and one day I found my appointment book where I saw that I was waiting for my new clients, and I saw in my appointment book that I'm wrong. Or he didn't show up, and I was correct. He didn't show up, and what I saw, it was my name as a home wrecker. That's what it was put on my book.
So let me ask you a question. How would it have gotten onto the appointment book?
I have
Mrs.
nothing to do.
Tucker, did you call and say?
No.
Susie
I have
home
nothing
wrecker.
to
That's
do
what
Susie
she
home
put.
wrecker is making an appointment?
I don't have anything to do with her appointment.
don't?
client.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Do you think that this is something normal? Do you think that I'm losing my clients is something normal?
Right now, the only thing I see is evidence and an admission. So this is not looking good for you.
I do have something else to say, Your Honor, if you allow me to explain.
Yes, ma'am, please.
She came one day And then she knocked at my door, and when I opened the door, she was hysterical and
No, that's
screaming
not
at
true.
me. She was cursing out. She was all the words.
No.
She came and banging on my face, pictures that I didn't even know what pictures they were.
So what were the pictures of?
It was a
not
picture
hysterical.
about Kyle's car next to my neighborhood. I have never been
I think
interested
there's
in Kyle.
reactions.
I've
You
never
were
been interested in
hysterical,
Kyle,
not
and I
me.
will never be.
I am really excited to hear what Mr. White, who has been patiently and quietly standing here, has to say to me. Mr. White.
Yeah, tell her about the car.
Ma'am, I will ask the questions.
First of all, my name is Ricardo White. I am a licensed investigator, private investigator, and I was hired by Mrs. Tucker.
Give me some background about yourself and your company.
Okay, I have been a private investigator for 8 months.
8 months.
Yes.
What did you do before you were an investigator?
Well, I sold shoes for women's shoes.
Shoes. How do we go from selling shoes to becoming a private investigator? That's a big leap, Mr. White.
Well, I retired, and it was something that I always wanted to do. So, again, I was hired by Mrs. Tucker to watch Mr. Tucker and Ms. Kugler because she felt that there was something going on. My job was really to gather evidence, take pictures of it. It wasn't something that's rocket science, but I love it. I do my job.
I appreciate that, Mr. White, but I want you to know that my job is to weigh your credibility based on your experience. You got it?
I understand. Okay. I did surveillance on Mr. Tucker on numerous occasions. His car was parked in Ms. Kugler's house. Okay?
A little suspicious, wouldn't you say?
And they were there for 2 hours. What they were doing, I don't know.
Do we have photographs?
Samantha and me are nothing but good friends. We're like
Always been.
siblings, and that's all that we are.
I don't think you'd like your wife to have a friend like that.
Your Honor, let me explain myself. There's no sexual relationship going on between us.
But it
There
sure
never
looks
has.
like it when your car is in front of her house for 2 hours and
That
your
doesn't
wife
mean
isn't
anything.
there.
What they were doing, I don't know.
Do we have photographs?
Of course we have photographs. I'm a
Let
professional.
me take a look.
It's just a car parked in front of my house.
Mrs. Tucker, I want to confirm, is this Mr. Tucker's vehicle?
Yes, it is.
And do you recognize the house as being Miss Kugler's house?
I do.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't have to say anything.
Oh, you don't
It's
have to say-
just a
great.
casual. It is
Perfect.
very casual relationship.
Don't say anything. You're better off not saying anything.
I'm not interested in Kyle. I treat Kyle like my brother.
It's a good thing you're not interested in him. Who knows what happened?
We're very good friends. We
What
have
would
always
happen
have
if
a
you
very
were?
light
Judge, I have-
relationship.
Ma'am, I am listening to Mr. White.
Well-
Mr. White, what else do you have to show me?
On another occasion, I was doing my surveillance, and I saw both Mr. Tucker and Ms. Kugler with their dog in the dog park, all very chummy. Same time, same place. You know, what can I say?
And you have photographs of this as well?
Of course.
It's
I
a-
took pictures of this
It's a neighborhood
as part of
dog
evidence.
park, Your Honor. Neighborhood dog park.
Stop talking. I want to see it.
And everything behind my back.
That looks a little close.
A little close.
And you look
We're
very
just
happy,
friends.
and you have very sweet
we were
smiles
not
on your
even at the
face.
same time at the park, Your Honor. He got his dogs, and I was there about to leave the park. I have
What a
nothing
coincidence.
suspicious and nothing sexual or weird about it.
I didn't say
Are
the word
only good
sexual, you
friends.
did.
Only
All
good
I
friends.
asked was, doesn't this look a little suspicious?
I don't think so, Your Honor, to be honest with you. I
Okay,
don't think
we
so.
can agree to have a difference of opinions. I have no problem with that.
what
Mr.
about the
White,
happy
is there
hour?
anything
The happy
else?
hour.
I
Of
suspect
course,
there is.
of course.
Ma'am,
The both of them happened to meet up at a bar for happy hour.
And they don't
And
work
I
together.
have
Let me
photos
guess.
of that.
Mrs. Tucker, you weren't there.
No, I wasn't, and they don't work together. So what do they have to go to a happy hour together?
That's a
And
good
I didn't
point.
even
We're
know
not
that everything
together.
That's a
It
good.
happened to
That
me.
is a good
Everything
point.
happened
We were
behind my
not
I want to
back.
see the evidence.
I brought pictures. It's documented.
How
There
sweet.
you go.
No, but it was a lot of people around us in that picture.
I
That
didn't see a
picture
single
is being
person
sold.
behind you.
It was
there.
a lot of people in that happy hour, Your Honor. We were not
Are you
yet
telling
us.
me that all of the evidence that I've seen is being misinterpreted?
It is. It is. I have never had any intentions, and I'm not interested in Kyle. Kyle is like my brother, and we've been friends for so many years that I would never do that to her.
Well,
No,
but
Mr.
I
White,
never
let me
knew
go
about
back to
this,
Mr.
and-
White. I want to ask Mr. White a couple of questions.
Yes.
Mr. White, is it true, as Ms. Kugler is telling me, that there were other people at the bar when you took the picture?
Well, yes, it's a bar.
Oh,
Okay.
it's a bar.
So if it's a bar, why aren't you giving me the full picture of the
the-
bar?
I did my job. I took the
As a
pictures. I did the
shoemaker.
surveillance.
Yes.
But isn't it easy to misinterpret that interaction, that photograph of the two people alone at a bar, which looks like it's very private and it looks like they're hiding, whereas Miss Kugler is telling me that there were numerous people in that bar.
Your Honor, I was gathering evidence. I don't know if they were cheating. I never said they were cheating.
What, but you said that it was
that's a different
suspicious.
story.
Hey,
Okay,
hey,
that
All
was
right.
Your Honor,
Yes.
if you allow me,
Yes.
my turn. Kyle is here, and I would like to bring him as a witness.
Well, guess what? And I didn't even know he would be here.
Well, this is exciting. Now I get to meet the infamous Mr.
Kyle,
Tucker.
Your Honor, Mr. Tucker.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hello, Mr. Tucker. What do you have
this
to
is ridiculous.
say?
I mean, together, they are together.
Yes, Your Honor, after being out there and hearing to all this false accusations by my
false
wife.
accusations. You understand this doesn't look good, right?
I understand, Your Honor, but
But
I
I'm going
have...
to give you an opportunity to tell me your side of the story.
Absolutely. Thank you. Well, Samantha and me are nothing but good friends. We're like
Always been.
siblings, and that's all that we are.
I don't think you'd like your wife to have a friend like that.
Your Honor, let me explain myself. Everything is made up. They're all lies in her head.
No lies.
I'm innocent. From all the accusations that she's accusing
Nobody's
me of.
sending you to jail, Mr. Tucker. I just want to know if you were having an affair
And
or not.
The answer is no. We're clearly just good friends. Everything is innocent. There's no sexual relationship going on between us.
But it
There
sure
never
looks like
has.
it when your car is in front of her house for 2 hours and
That
your
doesn't
wife
mean
isn't
anything.
there.
Just like you go to the grocery store and you can spend 2 hours. We were having conversations. We've been having
What
marriage
does he mean
issues.
going to the grocery
You've been
store?
having marriage issues? You have no male friends that you can
I
share your
do.
marital troubles with?
Absolutely. I
So
have a
why
lot
do
of
you
male
choose her
friends.
best friend as opposed to one of your
Because
friends?
I confide in her a lot of issues, marriage issues that I've been having because they're good friends, and I wanted her to understand where this is going. So
Where this is going? South, very much so. I'm going to ask you a very straightforward question. Are you having an affair with Miss Kugler? Miss Kugler, I'm asking him. Stop
I'm sorry,
shaking your
Honor,
head.
You're right.
Are you having an affair with her, yes or no? You're
all right, it's time for me to
smirking.
confess.
I'm not a priest, I'm a judge, but I'm happy to listen.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Makes
Well,
you feel better. I can't absolve you.
I just want to say that
Are you crazy?
Can you do this in private, please?
all right, I have another confession.
Oh, geez, another confession.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
Are you having an affair with her, yes or no?
No, Your Honor, it's just.
I don't, you're
all right, it's time for me to
smirking.
confess.
I'm not a priest, I'm a judge, but I'm happy to listen.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Makes you feel better. I can't absolve you.
I just want to say that my relationship with my wife is over. I want to get a divorce from her.
What?
I'm no longer
Excuse me?
interested in
Can you do
continuing
this in
this
private,
marriage.
please?
Are you crazy? How can you tell me that in front of everybody?
It came to this point. I didn't have a
It's-
choice.
it's
you
ridiculous. I
hired
know-
this
I know
gentleman
they were
that
going-
supposedly
I
is
know
the
they are
detective with
together.
8
They were
months
Order in the
only.
court. So wait, you are leaving her for
I'm
Miss
leaving her, Your Honor.
for Miss Kugler?
No.
No. All right, I have another confession.
No, of course
geez,
not.
We're,
No, wait,
there's
maybe there is a
nothing
man.
sexual going on between us, Your Honor. We're clearly friends. Can you listen?
He's not with her. You
other
have your answer.
So I have to believe him.
Well, he only has circumstantial evidence.
Okay.
You're asking me to make a conclusion with circumstantial evidence, and I have his testimony that he is not having an affair with Miss Kugler. So now your confession.
Absolutely. The second confession, Your Honor, is that it's not Samantha that I'm having an affair with, it's with another woman. And that's why I'm really in love
There
with.
you go.
It's over
See?
between you.
You
why
see?
should I
I want the
You've been
divorce.
mistreating me. You see?
How
All
do I
that you
know
want.
that he's not with her?
False
How do I know that
accusations.
he's not with her?
You see,
Because he
all
just
the drama
admitted
she
to
caused
you
and
that
all
he's not
the
with her,
distress
ma'am.
that caused
You
me.
two are
All the
lovers.
emotional distress that she caused me.
Oh,
You see?
Order in the
You
court.
created all
No,
this.
I mean, she's playing the victim
Order in the
here.
court. The only one who played the victim the entire time I sat here was you, saying that your husband was cheating on you with your best friend.
And your detective
I
is
have evidence.
Sir,
horrible.
let me handle this.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Mr. White,
Yes.
I know
Your
you
Honor.
have very limited experience.
No.
In your limited experience, you have jumped to conclusions that are unfounded. You've given her circumstantial evidence, which has led her to believe, falsely, that her husband is having an affair with her best friend. So I'm going to counsel you in the future, unless you have evidence that clearly and convincingly proves different, don't jump to conclusions. That being said, Ms. Kugler,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
will award you the monies that you are seeking.
Yes.
I do understand.
That's totally
Yes.
unfair.
Yes.
That's totally
Order in the
unfair.
court. I haven't
Yes.
finished ruling. You're entitled to the money that you are seeking for the damages that have been caused to you emotionally and to your business.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You
She was a
provided
powerful
evidence that your
friend.
business lost
Don't
income.
believe
And he's a
So what I am
cheater,
going to
and you-
have, what I am going to have Mrs. Tucker do is pay you $40,000 within a period of 6 months.
And you think this is justice?
deserve
Do you
that.
think that?
I
Ma'am,
deserve
I am the judge.
I deserve it.
She
And
lost so
based
much
on the
money.
evidence and the testimony, that is my judgment. And in addition to that, Mrs. Tucker, you are going to be assisting Ms. Kugler in her business. Now that you caused her business loss as a result
Yes.
of ruining her reputation,
deserve it.
calling her a homewrecker, and driving clients away from her business, you are going to be handing out flyers,
Yes.
marketing and promoting
What?
her
Thank you,
business.
Your Honor.
I'm not gonna
And
do
in
that.
addition, in addition
Yes,
to
thank
that,
you.
can you get the broom, please? You like the broom? You're going to become her assistant. You're going to sweep the salon so that she doesn't have to lose any more money hiring assistants.
Excuse me?
Yes,
I'm not going to
you
do that.
are.
He's a
You
cheater.
are
They
her
were together
assistant.
in the picture.
You are going to be her assistant until the last penny of those $40,000.
I'm not
paid
gonna do
off
that.
within
Thank you.
6
I'm not
months.
going to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
I'm not going to
Yes.
do
Thank
that.
you very much.
Totally
Yes.
unfair.
This court
I
has
told you
ruled.
that.
Yes,
I'm
Your
not
Honor.
gonna do
Yes,
that. I'm
yes,
not going to do that.
Yes, that's what
No,
he said.
I'm not going to
Thank you, Your
I'm not
Honor.
going to do
That's
that. He says I'm not
awesome.
going to. I'm not going to do it.
That's your punishment.